Hello, Sandman Nation. Oh boy, college football is only a couple weeks in. The NFL season opening weekend isn't even officially in the books yet as we record this, and there are already plenty of storylines and drama to talk about. We can't wait to get into it. So let's do it, boys, because it is time to enter Sandman Sports. It is awesome to welcome back our very own Bill Sanders, the Sandman. Bill, I know you had to miss last week partially because your dad was in the hospital. The senior Sanders, for those who may not know, is a longtime listener to our pod. And
big fan.
We're definitely thinking about him, brother, and sending him and you and your whole family tons of prayers and good thoughts for a speedy recovery.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. I know he does too. He's excited to listen. So
yeah. We need him. We need him. And while you were gone, we had big time friend of the show, Mr. Brandon Lewis, and one half of the amazing St. Louis Syndicate step in as a guest, and he crushed it as always. Thanks again, Brandon, for joining us. It was a lot of fun to have you on. And of course, back with us is Mr. Pat Clapp, my man, my brother. So good to see you again, sir. And thanks for helping hold down the fort with me last week. And thanks for joining us tonight, as I'm sure you probably have one eye glued to the Monday Night Football game. Although right before we jumped on, you said that you were going to watch it in full after we did this. So no spoilers. No spoilers. We promise.
Yeah.
We promise.
I watched the first two drives. It's not looking good. It was a bad start.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Well, guys, let's get into today's random questions of the day for both of you. Bill, we'll start with you first today. Are you ready, sir?
Ready.
All right. You weren't on last week, but I asked Pat a pretty tough one last week. So this one I think is a little bit easier. So if you guys don't know, I always ask like an open-ended one that's a little bit more challenging, and then I usually ask like an either or. So if you're going first, you're usually getting a little bit more challenging one that week, or at least one that you got to think about a little bit more. All right, Bill, here you go. Okay. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Oof. Got to be flying. I just think that would be so fun. I mean, just incredible. And I'm thinking about this traffic jam I was just in, going down to my dad's place.
Yeah.
No, you're never worried about that. I'm just flying right down there.
It does make transportation very easy and
amazing.
cost effective.
Yeah.
I like it. All right.
Good answer.
Okay, Pat, here's yours.
Thank you.
Here's yours, Pat. Would you rather have... I cannot wait to hear Pat's answer to this, by the way. All right. Would you rather have a Texas accent and live in New York, or a New York accent and live in Texas?
Ooh.
Neither. Man, Texas. I like Texas voices. I'll take Texas all day long, man.
All right, so you'll take the Texas.
I ain't gonna live in New York. But the hell, I'd rather live in Texas.
Yeah. I just put you in Schenectady, New York.
All right.
With that accent. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, guys. Well, we have only an awesome sports accent on our website, so be sure to check us out, sandmansports.com, for all kinds of insightful sports and betting related articles, videos, and of course this podcast. Football is really cranking now with several college football and NFL articles published daily. Weekly best bets for both college and pro. Our Sandman Legend picks. Our St. Louis Syndicate is back with their weekly video series and a ton more. So be sure to visit our site every single day to catch it all. And of course, we'd love you to follow us on all of our social media at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, all at Enter Sandman Sports. So guys, okay, for our opening, as you know, Jamie and I were in Vegas this past weekend, and of course, the city is known for gambling and debauchery, but it is also known for its entertainment and especially music. We've talked about the Sphere before. They've got tons of big name performers everywhere, tribute shows everywhere. So music is a big part of Vegas, which brings me to this week's opening topic. So at one point during the weekend, we were in an Uber, and this one driver must have been a big Bruce Springsteen fan, because he had a playlist that played like 3 or 4 Bruce songs in a row. Guys, I fucking hate Bruce Springsteen. Okay. I have to say it. I've been holding it in a while. I thank you for letting me get this out here. I cannot stand him. I think he is the single most overrated musician / performer on the planet. And I literally considered throwing myself out of this moving vehicle several times during the ride because I could not handle any more of that dribble. So my question is simple. I want you to name 2 or 3 musicians or bands that are super popular, but you just don't get it. You don't get the hype. You don't like them. You don't like their music. You think they're completely overrated. That's all I want to hear. Pat, what do you got, buddy?
Yeah, give me. And as far as Bruce Springsteen, I think he's okay. I don't think he's that bad, but
Yeah.
Of course you would.
he's fine. He's got a couple good. He's got a couple good ones. Aerosmith never really did it for me. Yeah, not a big Aerosmith guy. Steven Tyler was a character, so that gave the band a little bit of a boost. But I just turned the radio off when I turn the dial when they're on. They just don't do it for me. You okay with that one?
Yeah,
you want to talk about that one?
Thumbs up for that one.
Drake and or any most rap artists today. I like.
You're not
I'm
gonna
more
get
like I like, and I don't mind some old rap like Tribe Called Quest. I like Wu-Tang Clan. They're good. I like clever lyrics. I don't need to hear about
LL Cool J,
how much money they're making and how many bitches and like they've slapped around today. Like I like clever lyrics. Like give me Tribe Called Quest and stuff like that. But I was thinking about becoming a suburban rap artist myself. Yeah, rap about like taxes and rolling down the road in my minivan, and I think I could go into the Applebee's. I think there's a market there. I think I could corner it. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah,
go for it. I
think
I'll
if
go under the
anyone
name
could
Keith
pull that
Suburban.
off.
Keith Suburban is my name. Yeah. Suburban.
Nice.
Otherwise, Rush. Rush was another one that I was just like, I can't. Every time I hear Rush, it's like nails on a
not my
chalkboard.
No.
And they just
That's
stay in your
really
head.
I
They
feel
stay
like
in your head for a while too, and it's not good.
If we were like
I
6
couldn't
years
name a lot of
older,
Rush songs, to be honest.
Maybe
if you're 6 years older, I think Rush was more in the.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That might be right.
I think you're right.
My
we were just a
brother-
little too young.
Yeah.
We were just a little too young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
I like it.
Well, dude, you brought it strong, man.
Thanks.
The
man.
first,
Those are all approved by Bierman.
okay,
good. Bierman gives you the thumbs up.
I'm always looking for your
The first thing I had to say.
I know you are. I know you are. You can sleep well at night now.
When Bierman tells his story about the cabbie or the Uber guy in Vegas, I instantly thought of the scene in The Big Lebowski when he's riding in the cab and you guys remember he's telling
the
remember
Eagles.
the band he
the
says
Eagles. Yeah.
Is it the Eagles?
And he's like, I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Yeah.
Oh God, no!
And then the guy's like
fun.
screeches to the curb and he's like, get out, and
Yeah.
he throws him out of the cab. So
I
great.
hadn't even. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah.
So great. That would have been you with Bruce Springsteen. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I just think if Bruce Springsteen was not from New Jersey, he would not be nearly as big. I think there's like this like cult-like following because he's
I don't get
a New
it.
Jersey guy. I don't either. I think I was a little young. I missed that boat, but I don't. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
He's a
one,
blue collar dude. Jersey people can get down with it.
I couldn't tell you one song besides "Born in the USA."
We went
I don't think I could say one.
Oh, yes, you could.
The river.
Yes, you could. I mean, I can name a lot of the songs.
I don't think I could.
No,
I don't know it.
Dancing in the
How about-
Dark.
Oh, Dancing in the Dark. Okay.
Glory Days.
Oh, Glory Days. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's 3.
He does. Yeah. There's a lot more. I mean,
The River.
But I don't want to give him any more credits.
Sounds like you're a big fan, actually, Bierman.
Yeah, exactly.
You know his whole.
I got his whole catalog.
I'm on
His whole
fire.
catalog.
I'm on fire is a good one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I had one of my best buddies growing up. His older brother loved Bruce Springsteen, and so I would hear on records as they were playing it or whatever. But that was literally my dad is not a fan. So growing up, I was listening to like classic rock, but never Bruce Springsteen. Just was not on the playlist. So for me, I went with Green Day, and trust me when I say this. I think lots of people.
Yep.
Lots of people are going to hate that I just said this, but
no, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everybody talks about how they just changed punk in the 90s. They kind of brought it back, and I guess I just missed the boat there. And then I was listening to a bunch of their tunes this morning, just kind of like, am I missing the boat on this? And I was like, actually, they did have 4 or 5 pretty good songs.
Yeah.
But then after that, I mean, we haven't heard from these guys in like 30 years.
Yeah.
So I went with Green Day. And then this one, I think this was like, we got feedback on Candy. We got feedback on Cereal. I might get hate mail for this one. You too. I just don't get
I
you
back
two.
you on that one. I actually
Yeah.
thought about it. I didn't put it on my list, or I wasn't going to mention it. I do think U2 is living from a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard they're decent in concert, and
It was a
but
great concert. I
I
went.
yeah,
they
man.
had a great concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like
I heard
them.
they were
I like
awesome at
those
the
guys.
Sphere. Speaking of Vegas,
Yeah.
speaking
Yeah.
of Vegas, right? They were at the Sphere. They kicked that place off, and I heard they just did a great set.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, I'll just wrap on U2. 80s U2, solid. Joshua
Yeah.
Tree era,
Yeah.
etc.
Wow.
Solid.
Agree.
Late 80s, they got into Rattle and Hum. You guys remember that? And it was just
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
liked Rattle and Hum. I thought Rattle and Hum was good. I liked
90s
it.
was 90s was like Octune Baby, and like it got
Yeah.
into a whole bunch of like art rock and just I don't know. Just they lost me in the early 90s. I just
they
couldn't do
had
it.
me until the early to mid 90s, and then they
And
lost
they
me.
came
There-
back
And then
with
the
some
other thing
stuff in
is
2000s.
people hate Bono. People hate Bono. That's the
well,
biggest
he's
thing.
a little preachy, right?
Yeah,
Isn't he
Yeah.
he's
pretty
preachy.
And that's
the political aspects, the activism.
Yeah.
Like, but I try to stay out and stay clear of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, for me, U2, and sorry, Jeff Heil. Shout out to
Here
my
we
boy
go
Jeff
again with
there
the
in Maine.
anti-Irish. You guys are so anti-Irish, and
We
I've
do
had
have
about
it for the
enough.
Irish.
I've had enough of it.
Just wait till nailed it, buddy. Just wait till nailed it.
Yeah. Oh God. All right. So just a couple of quick things about Bruce still. So guys, believe that he has never had a number one hit. Bruce Springsteen. Everyone thinks he's this incredible singer, and I mean, he has songs that people like. Don't get me wrong. I get that, but he's never had a number one hit, which I find odd for as popular as he is. I think is a very repetitive style, mediocre voice at best. But I do have to say just a quick funny story. So like 10 years ago, I posted on Facebook a similar rant, and this guy responded who I never really knew. I mean, it was kind of like he was connected to me, but we weren't like really friends. And he was very angry about this and wanted to know how I could even think or say that. And he's like, I've gone to this guy's concerts. He's incredible. He's the best. And I was just like, okay, like let's just agree to disagree. No, that wasn't good enough for him. He literally wanted me to remove the post because he thought it was unfair.
What?
And I was like, are you kidding me? No, and I'll be defriending you now. I mean, what? Come on. Good Lord.
Wow.
So
I heard that about like Trump or Obama or something, like politics. Like people get that, but never about a
no. This guy
a
was
rock artist.
He was.
I mean, wow.
It was. I mean, I just posted similar to what I'm talking about now. Like, I just think he's overrated, and I explained why. And he did not like that. So, another one that I will just say, and I don't get really worked up about these other two ones because I kind of get them, but I personally just think they're overrated. This one, they've been around forever, and if you look at Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, you know that they've been around forever. But I just don't get the Rolling Stones. They're not my music. A couple of their songs I like.
Yeah, this one hurts me.
That's
this
like
one hurts
they're just.
Are you kidding me?
They're just not my. They're just not mine, man. They're not mine.
Yeah.
And then another one that I could throw in there that I think is a little overrated. This is another one that's never had a number one hit, and I have a feeling Pat might
CCR. Don't say CCR. If you say CCR,
no,
because they never had one.
They have never.
They never had a
one.
number.
I love CCR.
Okay, good.
No,
good.
CCR might be a top 5.
All right, good.
No, Led Zeppelin.
Don't shut your face. You shut up.
Stop it. But no, come on.
Dude, they had a couple of decent songs.
Reputation, oh, God.
Their reputation far exceeds their quality.
Oh.
Far exceeds their quality, dude.
No chance, man.
Yeah.
Probably one of the greatest greatest drummer of all time. One of the greatest guitarists of all time.
I'm not.
Brandon Lewis. Brandon Lewis.
We need you.
Brandon Lewis.
You're out, Bierman.
I need a
right-hander.
right-hander.
Gone.
Give me the right-hander.
Yeah.
Oh my
Call
god.
the bullpen.
Oh my god. All right.
Dumb.
Well, that was fun.
Just dumb. I can't even
Wow.
I'm
continue.
getting the hook. I'm getting the hook.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for I was just kidding about that one.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
That's a good joke. The Stones and Zeppelin. Like, all right. Okay.
Woo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, I'm confident that most of Sandman Nation is pretty intelligent, just like me. I'm going to get all kinds of love mail on this one, all kinds of support, all kinds of texts that say, Bierman, don't let those idiots give you shit. You know what you're talking about. You're brilliant. So I'm waiting for that.
Can I just add one quick thing to your Rolling Stones though? So thanks for the shout out to my old man at the beginning there, but my dad is not a Rolling Stones fan. So he's going to be with you. He's going to be with you on that one.
Smart. Good.
Yeah. But Led Zeppelin now. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I appreciate you allowing
This is coming from the Goo Goo Dolls' biggest fan. The Goo Goo Dolls.
That's true. Big Goo Goo Dolls guy.
I do love the Googs. Yeah.
I'll
put the Googs in my definitely in mine as well.
It's such a subjective thing.
Yeah.
Such a subjective.
It's so subjective. It's so subjective, but I'm usually right on those types of topics and you're usually wrong. So.
Love it.
All right, guys, let's get into the rest of it. In just a moment, we'll be bringing back our very popular, much awaited segment, Nailed It, with some big news about this year's contest. So cannot wait for that. Then we'll each share our hot takes. Then it's Stone Cold Locks time, where we'll look to build on what's kind of been a meh start for this group so far. But I feel it. We are about to heat up. And finally, we'll wrap up the show with the top 5, which will be all about sports teams and unit nicknames, which should be a fun one to get into. And of course, we'll have plenty of fun and shenanigans along the way, including Pat naming the 10 winningest head coaches in Premier Lacrosse League history, including all-time greats like Dickie Little, Rusty Trombones, and Skip Skidmark. But first, gentlemen, it is time for the segment everyone has been waiting to see return. It is time for Nailed It. This was the brainchild of the brilliant Bill Sanders. We introduced it back in episode 3 last year and then opened it up to our listeners, I think probably around episode 8 or 9. If you've been with us a while, you know Mike Paston took home the listener crown last season. We celebrated with a fantastic weekend in Cincinnati. Now, just so everyone knows, me, Bill, and Pat also compete against each other each week. We're not competing against the listeners. You guys are in a separate contest. And last year's friendly wager was that the two losers had to travel to the winner city, take them out to a nice dinner. And that's the weekend that we spent in May in Cincinnati. I won last year. But this year, we are upping the stakes big time. So I'll share where we're going this year in just a moment, but here's how it'll work. So each week you're going to go to our website under the Nailed It tab. You'll see the link there to submit your answers to that week's set of questions. The very same 5 questions that Bill will provide on this podcast each week, which you'll hear this week's 5 questions in just a moment. If you win that week by scoring the most points, you automatically qualify for our end of season Super Bowl finale edition of Nailed It. In that finale, every weekly winner will face off in a supersized edition for the Super Bowl. And whoever wins that one wins the grand prize. And it is, drum roll please, we are headed to Vegas, baby. You and a guest will join us in Las Vegas during Masters weekend. So not only will we be in Vegas, but we will be there to enjoy the greatest golfing event
That's a lot of travel for me this week because I'll be in Augusta earlier in the week. Wednesday.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And then
You will.
One of the three of the people on this pod will be there. That is true.
Yeah. Sorry, Jamie. Pat's in.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But no, so this will be Thursday, April 9th through Sunday, April 12th. We'll be staying right on the strip there. We'll spend some time together. Definitely do a big dinner together. The rest of the time we'll watch golf, drink, just have a really good time. You can hang with us as much or as little as you want, but Pat will be there, so keep that in mind. Couple quick rules to be eligible. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Those are both necessary to qualify to be a winner any given week. Full details and disclaimers are up on our site. And that's the deal. So each week you'll hear the 5 questions here. We'll make our guesses on air. You'll compete against each other online. We'll announce the weekly winner on the show and on our site. And even if you don't hear the questions on the pod, that's okay. You can simply go to our website each week. They usually be posted definitely by Wednesday. Just click the link, see the questions, submit there. All weekly submissions must be in by noon on Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. If you miss that deadline, you won't be eligible to submit that week. Bill, did I cover everything?
Yeah, I think so. The only thing I could think of maybe to cover is if you are closest to, you get a point. But if you actually nail it and get right on, you get 2 points.
Thank you. Yeah. So if, for instance, Bill said, guess the number of yards that Aaron Jones is going to have rushing in XYZ game, and you guessed 108, and it was exactly 108, you're going to get 2. But if you guess, if
Seems
it was
like it should be
you're
more
closest, then you're going to get 1. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a tough.
Yeah.
More points or more Aaron Jones rushing?
No, no, more. It should be more points.
Said the Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and we'll also do questions that are like wrapped into the weekend time frame. So it's if you have up until, like Eric said, until Saturday at noon Eastern to get your picks in, and you don't have to worry about missing something or people having all the answers already by the time that they enter their picks. So we keep it legit that way as well. So we're back. I mean, this is exciting, boys. I was putting together the questions this week, and I was like, oh man, I forgot how much work this is to put together these questions. Bierman does all this work every week, and Pat and I just show up. And then I'm like, oh, I actually gotta put in some work here. So
I know.
I
love when this segment comes back, dude.
we're going hardcore football this week for week 1.
Let's do it.
I'm just gonna say this right now. We're not gonna do all football all the time, all season. I think we got to mix it up a little bit. We're gonna try to mix it up.
We can do different sport. You did different sports. You did good.
Yeah,
you did
and
some
you know what?
WNBA. Especially when other things get going.
And Bierman, you crushed at soccer last year.
Yeah.
If you
He's
remember,
an elite soccer
you scored a zillion points. Elite
Yeah.
soccer mind. So anyway, so okay, so just for everybody listening, we're going hardcore football, and because the NFL slate this week kind of blows, we're doing 4 college football questions, 1 NFL question. Okay, so just giving you a little preview. All right, so we have seen more mega blowouts in this first few weeks of the college season than I can remember in recent years. Do you guys agree?
Week 2.
I mean, there have just
week
been
2 was
massive blowouts.
There was a lot.
The Huskies were playing UC Davis. Don't get me started. They had 9 possessions. They scored 9 touchdowns, and they returned a punt. So in 10 basically times they touched the ball, I mean, we're talking 10 touchdowns. It's ridiculous. Okay, so enough with playing these stupid FCS schools. Texas is the biggest top 5 favorite this week at minus 41.5 versus UTEP. Ohio State is minus 32.5 versus Ohio. Mizzou, Oregon, and Michigan, Bierman's Michigan, are all minus 27.5. Okay, so that's a massive amount of big blowouts predicted spread-wise. So my question is, the first question of our Nailed It season, what will be the biggest blowout by a top 25 team in terms of total point differential? Okay, Klett, 73. Sanders, 60. Bierman, 53. Okay, pretty good spread, except I'm squeezed in the middle, which is never good. All right. Best college football game of the weekend slate, in my opinion. Shout out Brooke. Has to be Georgia at Tennessee. Neyland Stadium, 12:30 p.m. Pacific kickoff on ABC. Total points is 50.5. Give me the total points scored in this game. Georgia at Tennessee, total points. Okay, Klett, 48. Sanders, 47. Bierman, 44.
Bill's stuck in the middle
Oh my
again.
God. Is this how it's going to go all year? Did you guys gang up on me here? All right. Question number 3. I thought the second best game has to be upstart South Florida Bulls. How about the South Florida Bulls versus the Canes at 1:30 p.m. Pacific on the C-Dub network? If you guys aren't familiar, they're playing college football this year. Miami's a 17.5 point favorite. My question to you guys is, did they forget that Mario Cristobal is their head coach? Maybe they did. I don't know. The Bulls are the only team in the country that has 2 top 25 wins already so far this season. So they're playing awesome. And then Carson Beck has looked good for Miami. Got to give the guy props. They beat Pat's ancestors there in the first week. So here's the thing, couple statistics for you guys. The question is, how many yards will Carson Beck throw for in this game? But let me give you a couple of data points. He threw for 205 yards and 2 TDs against Notre Dame. He threw for 267 yards and 2 TDs against a team named Bethune-Cookman. That's a school, apparently. And then the Bulls defense has been pretty solid against 2 solid teams. So 250 yards passing, Boise State, and 222 versus Florida. So how many yards will Carson Beck throw for in this game? Okay, so Klett went 233, Bierman 260, Sanders 255.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be a long year. Game 3, we got another good game later in the day. Texas A&M Aggies traveling to South Bend to face Pat's ancestors and touchdown Jesus. Have you guys seen this Marcel Reed kid, quarterback for A&M?
Yeah, he's good.
Ooh,
yeah,
he looks electric. 7 touchdowns already in 2 games. But I actually think that his legs might be the biggest X factor in this game. He has 39 yards rushing in their first game, 66 yards rushing in their second game. How many rushing yards for Texas A&M quarterback Marcel Reed? Sanders, 48. Klett, 17. Bierman, 80. Okay, well, I found myself in the middle, but at least there's more.
There's a little bit of room. Yeah.
There's a little bit of room there. All right. 5th question, and this is our NFL question of the week. Did you guys know we have a rematch of Super Bowl 59?
Yeah.
On Sunday?
Chiefs Eagles.
Yeah. Chiefs Eagles, and obviously we'll have a lot of tush pushes and T-Swizz sightings up in the luxury suite.
Oh, what?
I mean, you guys love T-Swizz, you love the Chiefs. How many combined punts will there be in this game? How many combined punts? Both teams had 3 punts in week 1. Okay. Klett, 8. Bierman, 6. Sanders, 5. All right, boys. That's the first Nailed It episode of the season, and we will come up with some sort of fun side gamble thing. Skyline Chili is not in Las Vegas, so we can't do that.
Oh, I love Skyline Chili. It's so good.
Pat's a convert.
I do.
He's a convert.
The Cholitos. The Cholitos are great.
I think there's got to be some sort of I know there's quite a few really nice steak places there or something. We got to do something good. Some sort of dinner.
I think it's like a really nice steak place and a show. I think
a show.
Maybe it's a concert.
When am I gonna gamble?
A concert or something out there.
Yeah, and I go to all these shows. There's no time to play the tables,
dude.
We're gonna be crushing it at Bellagio, the the Cirque du Soleil.
Pat. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Well, good job, guys. That was awesome, Bill. Thanks for
should be fun.
Putting the work in there, bring that up.
Good luck.
I do love that segment, and good luck, guys, and good luck to our listeners. It'll be another exciting ride this season, and can't wait to spend some time in Vegas with everybody. All right, guys. Well, it is now time for hot takes. That's right. It's time for Sandman Sports Hot Takes, brought to you by Double Take Salsa. Double Take isn't your average salsa, guys. It's craft salsa and hot sauce made with fresh, high-quality ingredients and built on the philosophy of flavor first, heat second. Every jar is packed with bold flavor that keeps you dipping. Then comes the heat that makes you do exactly what the name promises, a double take. If you love salsa or consider yourself an aficionado, you have to try this product. Discover why Double Take is the best craft salsa at doubletakesalsa.com or check them out on Facebook and Instagram. All right, Pat, it is hot take time.
Hot takes.
Start us off, sir.
Yeah. Thanks also for giving me 3 golf balls that will end up in some kind of water or hazard. I hate to see good golf balls go, but hot takes. All right. First of all, kickoffs are back. I love that returners are no longer taking a knee. Saw a lot of returns. I mean, they with the new rules, where if they kick it in the end zone, what is it? They get it at the 40. I mean, that's very penal. So they're kicking it down. Almost every kicker's got it down to a science, and they kick it right to the 1 yard line. And guys are returning the kicks, and it makes it a little more exciting. But yeah, other than that, let's talk Thursday game Friday game, whatever. Yeah, Friday game, the Chargers,
the Chiefs.
Yeah. Chiefs Chargers. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw this guy Tart, who threw a punch at Kelsey. Did you see that? Where he threw? Yeah, he threw a punch at Kelsey, but because it was open-handed, he didn't get a game misconduct. It was just a 15-yard penalty. So if you go to punch someone and you punch him with a closed fist, you're out of the game. But if you go punch someone with an open hand, it's a 15-yard penalty. Eric, I could kill you right now with an open hand punch. Put your nose right up into your brain before you could even blink.
Yeah, no, you could.
I mean, I'm that much of a trained killer. But I just think a punch is I think a punch is a punch, right? I mean, a punch is a punch. Like whether it's open hand or
did he hit a guy with?
Well, he threw it. He threw
the guy have his helmet on?
Yeah. But he threw it. I mean,
that's the other thing. Why hit somebody that has a helmet on?
I know, that's yeah. No why would I put so dumb. It's the dumbest thing in the world. But anyhow, I thought that was interesting. Let's see. Otherwise, I thought loved the Michigan game. I think that Mateer kid he looks good.
He's good, right?
I do like that kid. I think he's going to be great. And then last night's game was incredible. I mean, the Bills.
Oh my God,
that was
what a great game.
One for the ages.
I worked all day, and I got home, and I was trying to stay awake for it, and I was kind of doing this in the third, like doing the knothead, and then I was like, all right. And then when it was down 15, I'm like, well, I'll just do the fast forward, because I was on tape delay. I was like, I'll just kind of fast forward and just kind of see what the final score is. And then as I'm fast forwarding, I'm seeing that Bills are coming back. So I was like, oh my God, I better tune in for this last 3 minutes. And what a comeback. Crazy. I think, no defense. The Bills defense looked like they couldn't stop anything.
Oh,
and that was, if they can just come up with one play, if you're a bad defense, just come up with that one play.
Yeah.
Get that one turnover.
The Derrick Henry fumble.
Yeah, and the Derrick Henry fumble. It was so key.
Those two, those are by far the best two teams in the AFC.
They're so good. They're so good. They're so electric.
Yeah.
I think
they're so good, and their games are always so fun to watch too.
Yeah, and hit the over on that one. You got to hit the over on that.
Oh man,
yeah. But yeah, those are my hot takes. I think a punch is a punch, whether it's open hand or closed fists. I think for sure.
Dumb rule.
And then I'm excited about kickoffs being back. But yeah, what about you, Bill?
Yeah. I mean, I had the Buffalo game as well. I mean, what a way to start the season. Sunday Night Football, just such a fun game, back and forth. And I was firing texts off with buddies and things. And is it that the offenses are that good, or that the defenses just really aren't that good? Because to Pat's point, Buffalo's D looked horrible.
Yeah,
you guys. I mean, Derrick Henry was not touched for 15, 20 yards. And then Taylor Rapp, who I love, Husky alum, love Taylor Rapp. He's the one that wears the funky cap on his helmet or whatever, the safety for Buffalo. But he looked slow. He was just taking bad angles and I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know those teams are good. Don't get me wrong. I know they're good, but that just looked like some really, really horrific defense as well. So I don't know. Still turned out to be a super fun game.
Yeah.
I also just have to rant for a quick second, and I mentioned it earlier. Stop playing FCS schools.
Yes.
Stop it. It's so dumb. The
Why are we
Huskies,
doing this?
They go play UC Davis, who's one of the best FCS schools in the country. Yeah, they're not equipped to handle a team that is bigger, faster, stronger. And it's like such a slap in the face to every single season ticket holder that they charge us the same amount of money to go watch that. It's not legit.
No.
I mean, the Huskies were going to win that game set by 50 points, no matter what.
Yeah, why not? Why not have the Huskies? Why not have the Huskies play the Gophers? You know,
right?
They're both playing.
Or even find some,
because the Gophers had the same thing.
Go play Nevada or Utah State or some other crappy D1 team. Fine, whatever, but just don't give us that. It's not real college football.
Yeah. I mean,
so
I agree with you. The only counter argument I would make is the FCS schools make a nice paycheck for that, and that's important for their athletic budgets. So
it is,
and,
but don't
and
you
to give
also
them some exposure,
like
to give them a little exposure too.
Yeah, that's true too.
It helps to recruit. Yeah,
that's true too. Yeah. But I just look at that and I just go, how do we sit here and say that player safety is like at the top of our list, and then we're putting this 300-pound super strong guy that's going to just crush the guy across the line from him that's like 240 soaking wet, that is like cannot hang with the strength and size of these teams. And I mean, like, the Aggies had a pretty good quarterback and they had a couple of good skill players, but it's just, anyway, I don't know. I hear what you guys are saying. I just think that it's just a mockery. Like, there's no reason to do that. That being said, it is a paycheck for them, and that's good. But my last thing, and I'll be done. Red Zone is absolutely the best. It's just the best. It's the best thing going in sports television. I love Scott Hansen. They do an awesome job on the production. It's just phenomenal. And when my team is playing, I actually find myself watching Red Zone at times and then like flipping back if I know the Seahawks get in the red zone or something like that. But it's like, it's just such good TV, and they added commercials this year, which kind of blows, but it's still awesome.
It's still good.
So, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I, believe it or not, am generally a pretty positive, happy-go-lucky guy. But sometimes when I get on this pod, I have to just rant. Like, this dark side takes over, and I just have to share my thoughts on people and things that I really don't like. And my hot takes today are going to start that way. And this one I don't think is going to be very popular. I have a feel you two may react in a similar way as you did to Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones. But,
oh, no.
But guys, there is a football personality right now.
Don't
talk
bad about Gus.
There is a football personality out there right now that America loves, and I cannot stand her. It is a her.
Huh.
Okay. Do you guys like Annie Agar?
Who?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Never
Bill.
heard of her.
You don't know who Annie Agar is, Pat?
Who?
Oh my God. Google her. A lot of our listeners will know.
Annie
you know
Agar?
who she is, right, Pat? Or right, Bill? Yeah. Bill, you know who she is, right?
I do, yeah. She's the one who does she puts on different shirts and does these almost like a skit as if she's talking that she's a certain
She does like NFL and
NFL
college football. Yeah, she does both.
I
cannot stand
her. Heard of her.
Oh my God. So she's cute. I get that she's cute. I get that her NFL and college football skits were funny for about 5 freaking minutes when they first came out. But that time has passed. it feels like she is everywhere, and I'm actually shocked that you don't know who she is, Pat, but
never even
I
heard
see
of
her and hear her all the time. She is not particularly informative. She brings no real analysis or depth. Doesn't strike me as someone who's especially educated on the games themselves. I can't handle it anymore, and I need her to go away. So, okay, hot takes, you guys. I wrote about this in my 6-pack, and I rarely double dip from there to here or vice versa. But guys, this was just so freaking ridiculous, and I am fired up about it. You guys both saw this, right? Friday night, Miami, the Marlins Phillies game, the family in the outfield. Tell me you
Oh
saw
yeah,
this.
the lady, the Karen came and stole the
Oh
baseball.
my God. Yeah. So Harrison Bader of the Phillies hits a home run, and a father there with his family, and all of them clearly Phillies fans, snagged the ball off the ground or from a seat near other fans. He proudly handed it to his son, who happened to be celebrating his birthday, gave him a big hug. It was a perfect father-son ballpark moment. Seconds later, though, a woman nudged the man, startling him, started yelling at him. She was upset that he had the audacity to move over to where the ball landed and grab it before she could. This was all caught on camera.
Oh,
You can go on YouTube it and see it. They went back and forth for a while. Eventually, the man conceded, gave the ball to her. She took it, stormed off. Literally, the ball was taken from this little boy's mitt, and this woman felt fine with it. She takes the ball, leaves, storms off. Thankfully, the whole thing was caught on camera. After the game, Harrison Bader, the guy who hit the home run, gave the kid a signed bat. They're getting all kinds of publicity now. They've been on some shows. I think they just got invited to the World Series. So it's all going to work out for
they'll
them,
be okay.
thankfully.
And this woman
but
is
seriously,
probably
what the hell is wrong with this woman? Good.
I don't think so. I don't think it's America's place to judge. You know, like, yeah, she sucks as a person, but now she's got to get bashed by everybody. Like, come on.
Yeah. Don't do that shit.
No, it's not. No.
Don't be a bitch. You want to be a bitch? Fine. My opinion. You can do what you want. Guess what?
Look,
I can't.
We all don't have good
I
moments.
hate you.
We all don't have good moments. And to have like that one, you picked a bad time to have that moment. It's, I don't know. For me, I hate. This goes back to the Coldplay. This goes back to the Coldplay concert. Like, it's not America's business to get in. You know what I mean? Like, what they're doing is shitty, but at the same time, to get completely, roasted by everyone, it just seems unfair.
I don't know if this will change your mind, Pat, but I did see that she pulled a very similar stunt earlier in the game.
Yeah.
That was not captured.
Look, and she's probably dealing with issues. She's probably dealing with issues that we don't know. Maybe she needs a hug. Maybe she just needs a hug. But we don't need to pile on.
If the guy had stole it out of her kid's mitt, if the guy had come over and stole it out of her kid's mitt, I could see the reaction. But this chick is just out of control.
It needs to be piled on because she needs to stop.
I know, but people suck at times, and it's just it's to pile on, like, when I don't know. Anyway, I'll stop talking. I'm not condoning her or like saying, yeah, great, like, but I feel like it's just, man, she's probably like, oh, can you imagine?
Did you guys, the dad's reaction though when she first approached?
He was
what
startled.
The heck? Yeah.
Oh, did you see? I saw that, like, he totally just like played that up, like, oh, like, I mean, because he saw her when he went over there and grabbed the ball, she was right there, so he took it, but not from.
But his eyes were closed because he was hugging this boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was there.
I don't think
you
totally could be right. I just thought that
Yeah.
I thought that first reaction was a little bit like, oh, this lady, like, like he didn't see her walking 15 feet over towards them. I don't know. It just seemed a little forced. But Bierman, I'm with you 100%. This chick is way out of control.
She's awful.
So
she's awful. All right. Lastly, as you both know, I spent my entire Saturday sitting in the Venetian Sportsbook watching college football games. Literally was there, guys, from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Beautiful.
It was one of my favorite days of my life. It was awesome. And it was great because to reserve it, you had to like commit to a food and beverage minimum. So basically I had a green light drink like all day long because I had to.
Yeah,
we can see it in your text messages.
So. Yeah, your texts were awesome.
I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could. So I watched basically every game, and just a couple really quick hits. So I am not sold on Arch, guys. I'm not sold on Texas. This team is not good. They're going to be fine, but I don't think they're CFP worthy. And I think 9-3 is the best record that this team can hope for right now. I gave them some slack when they played Ohio State, rightfully so. They won by 30 points or whatever, but they never looked very good, frankly. So I am not sold on this team. Zach Calzada, the quarterback of UK, might be the worst quarterback in all of college football. Guys, at one point he was I think he did hit another one, so he might have went 2 for 21, but at one point he was 1 for 20 in passing attempts, 11 plus yards or deeper this season. 1 for 20.
Wow.
I mean, he was awful, and he still somehow got his team to only lose by 7 against Ole Miss, which don't get
what
me
a
started
heartbreaker
on
that was.
But and then my most impressive team of the week, guys. My most Bierman's college football team of the week. That needs to be a new segment here. All right. We don't do Be My Guest anymore. We've put that on the shelf until Nailed It ends. But I do have a question for you. What existing Power 4 program has the longest active win streak? Okay, bless you.
Allergy season. Sorry.
Power 4 program has the longest active winning streak.
I'm trying to think of who you love in the Power 4.
I don't even know what a Power 4 is.
That's like Big Ten, SEC.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I don't know, Bierman. I don't know. Hit us.
So it's only 6 games. But
Oregon.
It is my Fighting Bielema's from the University of Illinois. And they looked great on the road at Duke in a tricky little game. I've said it here before. I love what Bielema has built there. They will absolutely annihilate their over 7.5 for the season. And I like them to make the CFP as a sneaky underrated pick. So, they're good, man. They're good. Watch out for them. All right, guys. Well, let's now get into our Stone Cold Lock segment. Last season, we had 62% of our picks. And in week 1, Bill brought it strong, going 3-0. Pat went 2-1. I went 1-2. This past week, we took a little step back as Bill, who did submit his picks, actually. He sent them in offline, even though he wasn't with us last week. He went with the Wazoo San Diego State under 46.5.
Brutal beat.
Yeah, that one did not hit. Michigan +6, which also did not hit. And you did take the Arizona Cardinals at -6.5, and that barely hit, but it did. So you went 1-2. Pat went 2-1. I went 1-1-1.
Oh wow!
And my Connecticut one was kind of a heartbreaker.
Yeah,
they were up by 11, and then it went into OT. Syracuse comes back, ties, it goes into OT, and Syracuse wins by 7. Which was a push. So, and our guest Brandon went 2-1. So, welcome back anytime.
Brandon's Miami pick though,
was not good. No, that one. And I actually if you'll remember, I pushed back.
I know I was
and I liked Indianapolis actually, and it paid off good. Yeah.
Does anyone have better hair in the world though than Brandon?
No.
I love.
Oh my God!
I wish I could pull that off.
He is a handsome young man. Jeez.
Yeah. So our season records are Pat and Bill are both at 4-2. I have gotten off to a little slow start. I'm at 2-3-1, but
a lot of year left.
We'll pick it up here. So, all right, Pat, kick it off, buddy. What do you got?
All right.
I do love that your one loss was the one game that I decided to bet on, and It did not.
Oh,
yeah, sorry.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, whoops.
There were some great texts happening around that one.
Might be
I
why
forgot
I hate
about that.
Texas
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, that's right. That rant I could see
Oh
coming
man,
from a
and
mile
Texas
away.
had
Yeah.
it too. They were driving, and that kid coughed up the ball. They were
Yeah,
driving
yeah.
to a touchdown to ice it,
Oh, I
and
know.
he
I forgot
coughed
about
up the
that.
ball.
Actually,
It was like they had
he
it.
coughed up. Yeah, they
They
would
had
have
it. They
scored.
would have
They would have
scored,
scored.
and
Yeah.
that wouldn't
You
have
guys,
been
is Arch's shoulder hurt? He
Dude,
looks like he can't throw the ball.
He just does not
He doesn't
look
look
right.
good.
Something's off.
I don't know, dude.
Something's
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
All right, first one I'm going with Patriots are plus 1.5 over the Dolphins. All right, so they're getting a point and a half, and I think the Dolphins are a dumpster fire waiting to happen.
The Dolphins are bad.
It's not.
They look
Is this
terrible.
at where?
Yeah, good question. Doesn't matter. It's not like Miami. There's
You bring such good
shut
research, dude. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
I work for a living. All right, Eric. All I do is work. All right. Well, you're off in Vegas sipping Mai Tais. I'm out. I mean, look at these hands. Look at these hands. I'm out working. I'm a working man. All right. I don't got time for prep.
What was going on there?
What?
It's in Miami, I'm pretty sure.
It is. I think it's in Miami,
I would imagine,
but it's still.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it might be a week one overreaction. You know, Patriots. I feel like they can move the ball. Drake May looked pretty decent week one. I mean, he threw a couple tutties, and I just think the Dolphins.
Pete Carroll's back.
The Dolphins. What's their head coach's name again? Starts with an M.
McDaniel or something.
Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, Mike McDaniels. Double M.
Something like that.
He's on the hot seat for sure. And Tyreek will not take losing well. You know that's gonna be some bad locker room mojo. So yeah, give me the Patriots.
Yeah, so I talked about this earlier with Buffalo's horrendous defense, it looked to me. So give me the Buffalo at New York Jets over 45.5. I love this bet, actually. I love this one. So New York Jets look pretty good, you guys.
Yeah,
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields
looked pretty good.
Baby.
Yeah, and I mean, I was surprised. I mean, Pittsburgh looked pretty good coming back in that game against them as well. But boy, I just think both of these teams might, this game feels like it's over 50 to me. So that's my first Stone Cold lock of the week.
Love it, man. I love it. All right. So I gotta go with your beloved Ducks, Bill.
Mm-hmm. They look good.
Minus 27.5 at Northwestern. They are number 2 in total offense, number 7 in total defense. They've outscored opponents 128-16. Dante Moore looks like the next star quarterback there in Eugene. Northwestern is near the bottom nationally in offense, and on defense, they give up 420 yards per game. This is a total mismatch. Oregon has just been annihilating opponents. They should dominate start to finish. Even as an away game, we'll give the 27.5.
Agreed.
All right, Pat, what do you got for your second one?
Stone Cold.
Chargers Raiders over 45 points. I'm taking the over. Chargers played a lot of up tempo last week, and I feel like they're a team that can go. They put up 30 points every week. You got Lad McConkey, son of Julian Edelman, all juice box team. That kid, he's quick. He finds open spaces. So I give me the over there on that one. And the Raiders are okay. They can score a little bit. So all they got to do is score 15. So give me the over 45.
Yeah. I like it. Lad McConkey's helmet looks like it's 5 sizes too big.
I love the big helmets. There's a lot of big helmet guys this year, and it's fun to watch. It's almost like Spaceballs. Dark helmet.
You guys know that I cannot stand Jim Harbaugh, but I just feel like this Chargers team, this is when Jim Harbaugh starts to do Jim Harbaugh stuff. And like them beating in Brazil, them beating the Chiefs, to me was kind of a sign of what's to come this year. I think they might have a big season. So I like that one, Pat. I'm going to go anti-homer this week because the Seahawks offense looked putrid. in week 1. And again, proving why preseason makes no difference, and I should never pay attention to how good someone looks in preseason. They now have to travel across the country. They're playing Aaron Rodgers, who looked rejuvenated against his old team, the Jets. And this is DK Metcalf's revenge game against the Seahawks, who, if not for Tariq Woolen absolutely blowing 2 balls in the air at the end of the game, the Seahawks actually win that game. I don't know if you guys watched, but they were in every position to win that game against the Niners. And just one of our cornerbacks just did not play a ball down the sideline well. And then in the end zone, he was right there for the interception. And not only did he not knock it down or catch it, the tight end for the Niners caught it and the game was done. So give me Pitt -2.5 against Seattle. Mike Tomlin.
Right.
That's tough to do. I make a pick against your home team. That shows that you're an elite
Tough.
analyst, because I would never pick against the Vikings.
Yeah.
You are tease that thing up too. It's not going to be close. Yeah.
All right, guys. So the Arkansas Razorbacks burned me last year. Every time I picked them, I lost. Whether I picked them to win or lose, they were tough. So take this with a grain of salt if you're listening and are taking my advice on this one. But I do like Arkansas plus the 9.5 points at Ole Miss this week. Kalen Green is their quarterback. I loved this kid last year, and then he kind of had a little bit of, he was up and down. He was inconsistent, but he looks legit so far this year. Now, again, it's the opening couple weeks and competition isn't always strongest, but he has 10 touchdown passes already after 2 games. He had 149 rushing yards in last week's game alone. So he is a true dual threat. Ole Miss, guys, they were not good against Kentucky. I know they got the win and they should have actually covered, but quarterback Austin Simmons, he threw two INTs. He left the game with an injury concern. Now, all accounts show that he probably is okay. Kiffin implied that he was okay and he might be back, but I don't have a lot of confidence in him. Arkansas, I like Sam Pittman. He kind of has some weird years. Like some years are good, some years aren't so good. They went 7-6 last year. I think it was a little disappointing. They have 13 starters back. I like this team and I actually think they're capable of 8 or 9 wins. And I actually think they are going to win this game in Oxford. So this is too many points in a conference game, 9.5. So we're taking the Razorbacks plus the points.
Okay.
Woo pig suey.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, I'm going with Jets getting 7 points. When I looked today, it was 7 against the Bills. And the Bills D looked terrible yesterday. And I watched a tiny bit of the Jets game, and Fields and Garrett Wilson looked great. They got a little something going there. Jets might even win this game outright. I do feel. If their defense shows up. Jets defense did not show up against Pittsburgh, but they're supposed to be a vaunted defense. You got Sauce Gardner. You're supposed to have a good D line. They just didn't show up. But if they can get their D right, I think this is a game they might even win outright against the Bills. But
this is such a tough
getting
one.
7 points, I think it'll be close, especially since the Bills can't stop anyone. So
the Jets just looks that's
similar,
what makes it tough. So could this be a week 1 overreaction? And I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad pick, but the Jets looked so good, but they looked real good against a team that I still don't think is very good in Pittsburgh. And Buffalo's defense did look bad. Don't get me wrong, but they looked bad against one of the most.
But similar. Fields can run, kind of like Lamar. You're going to get you got that similar dual threat quarterback.
Brees
Hall can run. Yeah. So I felt like
Brees, he looked good.
I feel like it's pretty much
7's a lot. 7's a lot of points for a divisional game like that. Yeah.
So at least cover, maybe get the outright win.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
What do you got, Bill?
For me, this is a mojo pick. So I feel like Green Bay right now has all the mojo going in their favor. Micah Parsons, they looked good last week. Jordan Love, they've got all the pieces, and it feels like everything's just flowing. So Thursday night football, I'm saying you're going to ride Packers at Lambeau, -3.5 with the mojo on their side. Commanders, they won, but it wasn't like a game that just blew me out of the water. So I'm going to take Green Bay, even though that extra hook on the 3 always gives me a little bit of a pause. But
That one
-3.5
feels
is what I
good.
saw. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, guys. Well, I think I might just pick against this one team all year long in college, and I may go undefeated. I mean, Akron might be the worst team in college football, guys. I mean, their neighbor 20 miles away, Kent State, is pretty close, but this team has been outscored 78-0
Oof.
through 2 games. They have not scored a point in the
Come on,
2025
Zips.
season. They have totaled 406 yards of offense in 2 games. Okay. They now travel to Trent Dilfer's UAB squad. UAB is favored by 11.5 points. Now, I'm not sold on UAB either.
Yeah.
But they lost to Navy last week, but they were in that game. They were in that game. They lost by 14, but they were in that game in the fourth quarter. They had a shot. Quarterback Jalen Kitna, who's John Kitna's son, threw for 304 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's a senior. I like him under center for this team. I think he's going to pick apart Akron's defense. Blazers, just to me, are much better in every area. Akron is horrendous. And I see UAB winning by at least 2 touchdowns. So we're going to take UAB.
Will they get a
11.5.
touchdown, though? Will they get their first touchdown of the year?
They will. They will score. Yeah, UAB's defense isn't fantastic, so they'll score. But I see it like a 28, 14, 35, 20 type game. But yeah. All right. Well, guys, that was good. Let's hope we need to go all 3-0. We had a couple of those last year where we all went 9-0 or 8-0.
No 2-pats
or something like
either.
that. No, we've not had any 2-pats yet.
I'm pretty sure we will on
well, guys, all right.
top 5, though.
Say that again.
I'm pretty sure we will on the top 5. We're going to have a 2-pat.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah,
we got you.
All right. Well, guys, let's get into this week's top 5. I have been sitting on this one, guys, for a while. Actually, ever since Jim Marshall of the famed Minnesota Vikings and their Purple People Eaters team of the 1960s and 70s passed away a couple months ago. We have done best individual sports nicknames, and we've done best fan base and stadium nicknames like the Black Hole or the Dog Pound, but we have not yet done our favorite sports team or individual unit nicknames like the Purple People Eaters, and that's what we're going to do for this top 5. So specific teams, position groups that got tagged with a nickname that stuck for maybe just one season, perhaps even several seasons, or an era even. But I do think Purple People Eaters, frankly, is one of the all-time best and probably would make my top 5 if I was doing this from scratch. But since we're talking about it, I'm not going to put it in my top 5. But there are a ton more that deserve some love too. So that's what we're going to do this week. Can be from any sport, any era, any reason. All right, Pat, lead us off.
Well, I did. I went with number 5, Purple People Eaters, late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's so good.
Vikings D-line had an unofficial motto, meet at the quarterback. Jim Marshall, Alan Page, Carl Eller, and Gary Larson. I wasn't born yet, so I don't remember them, but the highlights looked like they were a scary bunch of guys.
Like
yeah, I know, with the allergies, man. I look like I'm 70. But yeah, they were a scary bunch of guys, and I'll take the Purple People Eaters at number 5. Number 4, this is where I think we're going to get a 2-pat, is the Legion of Boom in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
The Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
You'll get one from Bill.
For sure. You got it. I got to throw
one.
a shout out to Seattle Legion of Boom. Best nickname for a unit ever. So.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah. Precursor for things to come. That's higher in my list. Okay. But I went with a couple of like oldies, but just some couple of my favorites. So I went with the Monsters of the Midway, which
that's a good one.
I didn't realize this until I was doing a little research, but that was actually the Chicago Bears dominant defenses of the 40s. when Buddy Ryan
original.
the originally, but then Buddy Ryan and the 46 defense with all those greats, right, in '85 in the Bears, that it kind of made a resurgence, which I thought was really cool, because I always thought it was just the throwback deal. But anyway, I mean, it's just such an awesome.
It's a good one. It's got alliteration, so
yeah, you love that, yeah. And I realize now, as I'm looking at my list, all 5 are football for me. So
I think mine
are
too.
So and then I went with number 4, the Steel Curtain. I mean, just an awesome nickname. And just mid 70s, early to mid 70s. I think they won a couple Super Bowls with Chuck Noll and the Steelers. It's their D line. Just an awesome nickname. I love the fact that it's actually like so indicative of how good these guys were. Like, just the Steel Curtain. I don't know. It just all makes sense. Joe Green, L.C. Greenwood. Famous badass defensive lineman. So Steel Curtain was my number 4.
You guys are bringing it strong. All those are awesome. So you guys know how I like to often give myself some extra rules to help narrow it down, because there's always so many good ones. So for me, it has to either be like just very creative, or like a play on words, or a nod to something that was going on from a pop culture standpoint at the same time, or just a phrase that so well describes that particular team or group, like the Steel Curtain. That's just that describes them, because you were not getting through them. Either way, though, for me, the team had to be very good, if not elite. It couldn't just be a cool nickname, but the team kind of sucked. So, and even championship caliber in most of my cases. So, okay. So my number 5 is basketball. I am going to start things off with the Golden State Warriors trio of Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and Chris Mullin.
Nice.
No,
before that.
Run TMC.
Okay.
Run TMC during 1989 through 91 seasons. It was obviously a play on words from popular rap group at the time, Run DMC. It was perfect for this group because they played super fast. Don Nelson was their coach. They were all in on small ball and just a fast offense. In the 90-91 season, they averaged 117 points per game, which led the NBA. All 3 members of Run TMC averaged over 22 points that year. They only played 2 full seasons together before Richmond was traded, but just huge impact. And I think most people still kind of resonate with that name and know that name even today. So, and then number 4, guys, I'm going football on this one. Great football team and great nickname. Sadly, they aren't even in that city anymore. But I'm going with the late 90s, early 2000s St. Louis Rams and their awesome nickname of the greatest show on turf.
Yep.
Awesome.
One of the most explosive offenses the NFL's ever seen. You got Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Azazir Akeem, Ricky Prohl was even pretty good back then. They had a great offense. Head coach was Dick Vermeil. In 99, they scored 526 points, which at the time was the 4th highest single season total in league history. Warner, he was legendary, threw for 4,300 yards, 41 touchdowns. Falk went crazy with 2,400 yards from scrimmage, won the league MVP. Bruce and Holt both went over 1,000 yards receiving. They went on to win Super Bowl 34, beating the Titans in dramatic fashion. They did reach another Super Bowl the following year and lost to Tom Brady in his very first Super Bowl. So I just love that name. It's just a cool play on words, and it's pretty fitting because they were the greatest show in football those years for sure.
Nice.
All right, Pat, what do you got for 3?
Number 3? I have the Hogs, named for the Washington Redskins O-line in the 80s. Awesome. Russ Grimm, Joe Jacoby. It's nice to give linemen some love as they open up giant holes for John Riggins and protected Joe Theismann. This is when I first started watching football, and you'd see all the people in the crowd with the hog masks, the pig noses.
That's right.
And it just makes me think of, did you guys ever have those pencils when you were a kid, the NFL pencils, like where it's like,
yes.
Oh,
I love those.
I remember.
Yeah.
I loved my
Peaches.
Redskin pencil. And I like the Redskins back then. Yeah, they're good. So that was mine. And then number 2, I also went with Steel Curtain. And I'll just add one thing on the Steel Curtain. During a 9-game stretch, they had 5 shutouts, and gave up 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
5 shutouts,
Shut up.
gave up 2 touchdowns in 9 games. Mean Joe Green,
Jeez.
Steel Curtain, great name, great teams. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Man, that stat is crazy.
5
if you think about that. Even back in the
shutouts
day. Wow.
in 9 games.
Wow. Yeah. That is incredible. My number 3 is a two-pat. Eric mentioned him. Greatest show on turf. I remember this as a Seahawk fan, not as fondly because they got to face the Seahawks twice a year, and boy, those offenses were just elite. Marshall Faulk, what a just amazing player.
He was
Remember
so
in
good.
fantasy too, if you ever got Marshall Faulk, you
Oh,
were
yeah.
just like, oh man, yeah, I'm just gonna just absolutely crush. And Dick Vermeil, I always think of the clip. I'm sure
Invincible.
where he's like,
never mind.
these players. He starts
Yeah.
choking up with emotion,
Yeah.
and it's like, and man, I get emotional in team sports too. So anyway, I always think of that Dick Vermeil clip. My number 2 is coming close to home. It's the Purple Rain defense, and rain spelled REIGN.
Yeah.
It's a cool little play on words, but the Huskies defense in the late 80s, early 90s when they won their national championship, they were just so fun, you guys. Every single week, just absolutely dominating teams. And just Steve Entman, who went on to unfortunately get a bad knee injury when he got drafted by the Indianapolis Colts, but they just had so many great players across the board. Don James really focused his recruiting efforts on getting into Southern California and bringing speed into Seattle. And they just, all of a sudden, it just changed everything for the Huskies program. And they just absolutely started dominating teams on defense. And it was just so fun. I mean, that whole era of Husky football was awesome. So Purple Rain defense for me, close to the heart.
Love it. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I gotta go with the twofer on my number 3, but they have both the same word in them. They are both boys related. The first is the Bad Boys, which was the name of the
good one.
Pistons, late 80s, early 90s. You got Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman, Bill Laimbeer, Rick Mahorn. Such physical, bruising style of play. They used that style to win back-to-back NBA championships in 89 and 90. They drove Magic, Bird, Jordan, all those guys crazy with their defensive intensity. Nickname fit perfectly. They even had a Bad Boys rap video in 89, and this was right around the same time that the song Bad Boys, What You Gonna Do was starting to break through as the theme for the TV show Cops. So it was a perfect name for them. And then I guess I'll go with my Homer pick as the second part of this twofer. We'll go with the Nasty Boys, which occurred right around the same time. That was a nickname for the Cincinnati Reds bullpen during their 90 World Series championship run. You got Rob Dibble, Norm Charlton, and Randy Myers just dominated late innings that year. They brought heat, attitude, intimidation. They in the postseason, they combined to throw 8.2 scoreless innings in the World Series sweep of the Oakland A's, and their nickname came directly from pop culture, playing off Janet Jackson's 1986 hit single "Nasty," where she talks about nasty boys. Yeah.
Oh,
Very
good.
Nasty
Nice.
Very good. And then my number 2, this might be my favorite, just if we're just talking about like play on words and creativity. For this, I'm going back to the 1980s NFL, and we are going to the Jets and their New York Sock Exchange. The New York Sock Exchange. I love that. It was given their defensive line in the early 80s. I just think it's one of the best, most fitting
Such
names
a good one.
for a unit. You had Mark Gastineau, Joe Klecko, Marty Lyons, and a few others on there. Those 3 were the best, though. They were so dominant at just getting to the quarterback. I was a kid and I remember them, and I just remember green and like this. I loved that nickname and how dominant they were, but I didn't know how dominant they were. They recorded 66 sacks in 1981 alone, which led the entire league, set a franchise record. Klecko and Gastineau each had more than 20 sacks that season.
Oh, wow.
Both ended up making, they both ended up making multiple Pro Bowls during their careers. Klecko has since been inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Gastineau was a 5-time Pro Bowler. They reached the playoffs in both 81 and 82. So yeah, they were phenomenal. And that actually that name came from a fan contest run by the New York Daily News in 1981, looking for a nickname for that squad. And that's what came up. The rest is history. So
And
that's my number 2.
That's
All
my
right.
number, and that's my number
what do you
one.
got, number 1?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The
Is it
New
really?
York Zach
Okay.
has changed. Gastineau and Klecko. Yep.
Just so classic. Yeah.
I love
It's
that
a great
one.
name.
That's so
It's
good.
solid.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And my number 1 is the Legion of
Boom.
Boom, and Pat mentioned them earlier. Had to go with my hometown squad here. I mean, just absolutely dominant defense for multiple years, but during that Super Bowl era, should have had 2 back-to-back, if not for the pick against the Patriots right at the goal line at the end of the game. But honestly, I just wanted to throw a shout out to Cam Chancellor, my all-time favorite Seahawk. The guy was a linebacker that played safety. Vernon Davis is still having nightmares at the San Francisco tight end, because every time that guy tried to catch a ball, Cam Chancellor was just putting him on his ass. Earl Thomas flying all over the place, Richard Sherman, Brandon Browner. It was just such a fun group. They had so much attitude, played great football, and obviously led the Seahawks to a lot of wins. So Legion of Boom.
Speaking of hits, you guys see that hit by Jalen Ramsey on Garrett Wilson at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Woo.
yeah.
Just stood him up.
Yeah.
That was huge. Fun to watch. And you know Tomlin was just loving it. He's just so fired up.
That kid just is so frustrating to watch, because he's such a good football player, but then he always is getting into nonsense, but then he makes plays like that. And yeah, he's been doing it his whole career. Bierman, what you got for your number 1?
So my number 1 is the only one of the 12 or 13 or 15, however many we've had on this list, that is from college. All the other ones were pro. Do you have any guesses? If I were to tell you this is a college
Fab Five
nickname.
Yeah.
That actually is a good guess.
Oh, shoot. I
thought
thought I had
about
it for sure.
That is not it. No, but as soon as you hear it, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
We are going from a team that fell short of the championship on multiple occasions. I loved this team growing up as a kid.
What sport?
Honestly, part of the college basketball, early to mid 1980s.
Five Slamma-Jamma.
They made 2
Slamma-Jamma.
Yeah.
Five Slamma-Jamma, guys. I think it's one of the most iconic nicknames, probably in all of college basketball and really just sports in general. And so catchy, memorable. This one came from a Houston Post sports writer in 1983. He coined that and wrote about it, and it just stayed, and because it fits so perfectly the way Cougars played. They thrived on athleticism, lots of high flying dunks, up tempo style that just overwhelmed opponents. Of course, Hakeem Olajuwon was on that team. Also, Clyde Drexler, Guy Lewis was their coach. They reached 3 straight Final Fours from 82 to 84. They lost in the national title game twice, first to NC State in the big upset with Jim Valvano, and then Georgetown they lost to in 1984. But they kind of changed the way the game was played at that point during that run. They finished 31-3 in 1983, 32-5 in 1984. So, gotta give some love to Five Slamma-Jamma. Yeah,
nice.
All right, guys, that was fun. Really good job there. Let's, Bill, football is smack dab here. And I know we have 28 pools that kicked off in week 1, but that doesn't mean we're done with pools. So we got anything we want to share with our listeners?
Yeah, I think we'll call out 2 buckets of things this week. I mean, one, don't feel like all the football pools have started and now you can't play. We have 5-spot. Which is $25 per entry per week, and then we have,
which is so good, such a good pool,
great,
and
pool.
That gets big. Well, I mean, what you have 110? I think you had 110 entrants.
Yeah,
I mean,
usually it's over 2K a week. No carryover. I think 2 people might have won this week. But yeah, I mean, still pots are over $2,000 a week, which is great.
$2,000, $25
yeah,
gives you some. Yeah, I
pick
love
five,
it.
you hit
point.
that,
Yeah.
you split it with all the other winners that hit 5 of 5. If nobody does, it carries over to the following week. We had some big carryover pots last year. I would expect more of the same this year. The other one is a $10 8 spot, and the cool thing about this eight spot pool is that you can enter it whenever you want throughout the weekend. So you can make your picks and you can look in and see, like, Pat missed and Eric missed and Bill missed and all these guys are missing. Well, I can just throw my entry in and try to scoop the pot. Well, we have a carryover after week 1. It's going to be really difficult to hit because it's an 8-team parlay, right? So that's already hard. But then if you feel like, hey, I'm just going to throw in a $10 bet here and see if I can hit it, it's going to be really fun to see this pot grow, I think, and then see how people play it, like just trying to grab that one chance.
Do you have to, if you want to get in this week but didn't play last week, do you have to pay $20?
You got to pay
right?
$20. Because of the carryover. Yep, exactly. Good call out there, Bierman. Yeah. So those were I was going to highlight those two as pools that you can jump in at any point. It's optional to play. You don't have to play every week, but really fun and easy. And then the second bucket I want to call out is our guillotine pick'ems.
Yeah,
these have really become fan favorites of people.
They're so awesome.
They're really fun. And so what I did this week is we actually launched a Big 12 version, an ACC version.
Oh, did you really?
We have a Mountain West and Pac-2 version. And so we're hitting like these conferences that, a lot of fans out there of these schools. And so it's, people can try these different ones. We have some different entry fee amounts and everything. And then we've got the standard ones as well. And we'll keep rolling these out each week, like a NFL against the spread pick'em. And you just pick all the NFL games. Do not finish last. That's all you got to do is just finish anywhere but last place and you advance.
Love it.
So yeah, they're really fun. So I hope you guys will check those out.
That's awesome. Football's here, man, and football pool season is here too. And then we did
turnouts all
and
over
the site
place.
is just incredible. We're still working through some kinks, no doubt, but doing great and proud of the work there, and just happy the football season and pool season is back.
Yeah, one more thing, Bierman. Sorry, before you go, though, just because you brought this up, and I just want everybody to hear this and take this into account. As you're working through pools and you see things that can be improved, email us. Email us at info@sandmansports.com. We are always trying to get better and improve, and so your feedback is a great way for us to improve things. And don't think, oh, the season started and the pool's launched and nothing will change. We change things every single week based on the feedback that we're hearing and how we can improve things. So if there's something that's bugging you or something that you think would be awesome to add, just email us and we'll work on it.
I've got some feedback about the podcast.
Yeah. We're all ears.
You keep that
Led Zeppelin.
Just go on mute real quick.
Led Zeppelin rules.
Yeah. You shut your mouth.
I love it.
All right.
It's good to be back, boys.
It's good to be back. Yeah, it's great to have you back, buddy. All right, guys. Well, as always, thanks for another great show. Football season is officially here. It's going to go fast, so be sure to soak it all in and enjoy it, fellas. And thank you to Sandman Nation for always tuning in. We appreciate and love you. Be sure to check us out at sandmansports.com or follow us on social media. Have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy the games. Peace out and take care.
Good luck, everybody.